Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity. How is everybody? I have a little different setup here because I am in Cape Cod on vacation with my family, and we just got back from a remarkable day trip and beach trip from Provincetown, which is like right in the very last loop of Massachusetts, where the sharks and the whales and everything are, and it was amazing. So I'm gonna have lots of fun stories and everything posted over on IG, and tomorrow's pop I'll get into more lengthy because it's getting late now and I wanted to get this up for you, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night. But I thought I'd pull two of these cards because I've been posting these on IG and people really seem to be liking them and asking what deck this is, and it really does help me because it centers me with the simplicity. It's the Wild Offering Oracle, and it's just saying, when we look for things to be simple, beautiful, easy, fluid, they really start to become that way. But it has a lot of beautiful insights to regular things in life. Like, let's take a look at this Being Enough card right here. The innermost heart says you are enough, nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. Yes, you are love. And when I wake up, I try to remember this because I remember packing for vacation and thinking that there's nothing less to get. I was just packing like a couple simple outfits, and I thought I always have the best time on vacation when I make it about what I'm seeing and observing and feeling, as opposed to how I look or what I'm going to buy or anything like that. Just really being in the moment, present moment awareness. So taking the simplest prospect. And I thought it was like a good kind of theory and teaching when I was watching on like Provincetown. People are extraordinarily like well-dressed and trendy and fun. It's a great community, and people like to dress up in the summer and look really good. And I remember seeing a few girls that were like teenage years to young 20s, just because I observe people when I'm looking around streets and restaurants. I love to watch faces. That look on their face, where they just weren't having a good time because that headspace was, I don't look as good as these people. I can't get what I want at these shops. I can feel that energy and all that. It made me so sad because I remember I had days like that as a teen, in my 20s, even in my 30s, depending where I was, if I was tired or something was going on. And then you see the people that are just, they throw on any old thing and they're laughing and they're having a good time. And it's about the people you're with, and even if you're just by yourself and what you get to observe, because there was some remarkable, just natural beauty that was happening everywhere. The sunset was crazy. It looked like the clouds were outlined in white electric lines. There was this really beautiful magical tower that I'll put up some pictures on IG when I get a sec. Just amazing things. And I mean, all of the whaling sighting and all the people so excited, like the energy was palpable. It was really, really neat. And we actually got to go swimming in the water. But the shark flag was up, and there's a lot of shark sightings because the seals are off there. So nobody really goes more than waist deep. And I'm serious, I didn't see anybody trying to even go shoulder deep, because once you pass 3-4 feet, it can be very dangerous. It was really weird. I even rushed up to Hagen like 100 miles an hour when I saw a seal jump out of the water and jump back in. I just saw a black shadow and I was like, oh damn, and it wasn't that far from him either. And I ran up, so he moved in, and then we saw that was a pair of seals, but also the sharks feed off the seals. So it was so crazy. But again, you guys, nothing to get, nothing to change, anything, just observe and enjoy. And then I just feel like you have this richness in your life, because it's like, what other magic's going to come in? What else do I get to observe that's going to make me laugh or touch my heart? Like, sometimes just going to a dog park is so joyful, because the ebullience and the light play of all the dogs and how excited they are, right? So let's look at impatience, because this is something definitely that pops into my arena every once in a while. I am an impatient person. I really have to work on that. Like, when if something's coming in the mail, if I need to go get something to make a piece of jewelry, whatever it is, like I always feel like I have to close it out in that day, and it gets I feel like it's imperative to my health to do that. And because of that impatience, I'll start to crunch time. And the most important thing for me is to not ever feel raced in creative endeavor. So my life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. Always feel that way. If you especially on vacation, I'm realizing that because there's so many different venues and places that you could go to. So we're just kind of like getting in the flow state. Ian's really good at researching, seeing things, but wherever we end up, I'm just happy. And I made a pact with myself before I left too. I was like, wherever the guys want to eat, wherever they want to go, I'm happy to go. If I can pop into one or two shops and get some gifts, but mostly be by the water and observe some cool stuff, perfectly happy. Like I definitely don't need to steer the train. And I feel like when we have that, we realize wherever we end up and whoever we're with is going to be a good time, right? Divine timing. So this is really big in relationships too, because a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I'm in my 30s and I'm not married. Well, I'm in my 40s and I haven't done this or whatever. I find the majority of people really find their true calling sometimes in their 40s and 50s when they mature and they have that kind of earthly wisdom of you're going to feel the right way. It doesn't matter what looks on paper. It doesn't matter how you identify it. It matters how you feel in everything. You don't care about labels. You care about what brings you joy. And that's what this is about, because you're waiting for things to unfold and you have the feel for it. I like that. I'm going to try that. It's amazing. And there's one thing that I noticed around this area too, like they pay quite well for any kind of help in any regard in restaurants, all of their places. It's quite a premium, and I realized a lot of places weren't open due to the fact that they didn't have enough staff. So this is such a beautiful employee time, like for people to go out and you could have your choice of a myriad of things that pay really well. I thought that's so neat. So a lot of people that are waiting for jobs, it's one of those things that if I were a teen or in my 20s, I would definitely come out to the Cape because you have your pick of the work that you want. It's really neat. I feel like oftentimes we think that if we're scheduled to do something that it's imperative we do, and if we don't do it, it's going to be problematic. But I've learned to grapple with that too and go, if I don't get to something or I don't get to a place at this specific hour or day, it is not the end of the world. And then I don't let it change my mood. And that really helps, and it brings in patience, knowing time is very linear and we'll get to what needs getting to when we have the time. And oftentimes we also have the wherewithal to do it and do it well, right? Like I won't, if I'm tired at night, 11, 12 o'clock at night or whatever, I won't quick try to create a piece for a client or so I can have it in the mail the next day. I'm going to give it my focused attention when I have the energy and the drive to do it well. So just know that it's not the speed in which we do something, it's how we do it, and that we make time for what's important, right? Because sometimes we have to be aware, hey, how many episodes of a show or something did I watch, and did time just escape? But I love this, and it's such a beautiful reminder, and it is important. I love this so much for all of us to remember too. We are enough. We're not supposed to be like anybody else. We're not meant to be carbon copies. And it was fun going to the beach today, just seeing all different body shapes and sizes, and everybody just being comfortable with who they were. It's really lovely. We don't need to grow more deserving. You're already deserving. You're already high value. You're already amazing. And say that to yourself and write it and really, really feel it. So that's your daily pop, you guys. I thought I had extras. I made a couple before I left Connecticut, and then I was like, oh, I think I'm low. And I've yet to not post one. So I was like, I got to do this. So love and light, you guys.